Can you please give a very warm welcome to Group Love? Christian, Wessie. I feel like there's a couple, 2-3 more people maybe. Everyone's voting who's coming out here. Yay, Hannah!
That's who we really want to see.
All right, well,
we
know.
picked our names out of the hat. I just picked mine.
That's how it works? Yeah. Well, I do appreciate that Ben and Dan are still here to support and heckle you from the crowd. So
they're right back there, just in
There
case
they
you
are.
guys want to squeeze them
Get 'em!
Poke them.
They like poking.
So it's been 6 years since you've been in this room.
That's weird.
Isn't it weird?
Yeah.
You've grown, you've changed. What's the biggest change in the last 6 years?
My hair.
Probably, yeah.
Probably my hair.
Love living for the hair.
My emotional state. Just kidding.
Well, this is a pretty huge tour that you're on right now. We all need to know, were there tattoos that happened? I know we voted on them. I said terrible idea, but also great.
We're going to get a tattoo.
Oh, okay.
It's happening, but
It's happening. We're actually going to get, we're going to all regret this, but we're going to get Dirty Little Freaks from the Pink song, Raise Your Glass. And
right here.
I think Dan's getting it in Old English across his chest. I'm going to get just like a little guy, but have you guys seen this? Because I've been getting little guys for so long now. And I saw my mom and she's like, please wash all the, they're like everywhere. It looks like, anyway.
Well, I don't think anyone's ever regretted any tattoos, so I think you're good.
Yeah, no like lower back tribal symbols or anything.
Another important question, have we found the pink gloves that were lost? No?
We haven't. I think I found them on Depop though.
Oh, yeah. I can imagine if you leave some random clothing in your wake, at the stage, probably end up on one of those eBays or...
I think they end up in the garbage. I honestly think in a pile it just looks like weird old fabric, and someone was like, meh.
Well, they're missing out. So a big change that's happened in the last 6 years is you guys left LA. You're no longer the Happy California band. Well, some of you, right? Is that?
I moved out of LA too, though.
Yeah, we're still in California.
Northern California now.
Okay.
Deep
Waves are better?
in the woods. No, I live in the middle of nowhere. I don't know what happened.
Okay.
A lot of questionable life decisions in the last 6 years.
All right. I feel like there's a lot to unpack here. It's only a half-hour program that we have. But everybody else is kind of in and around Atlanta?
Yep.
That's right.
What was the impetus for the big move?
I would say mainly Dan, our bass player, has a studio there, and so we were recording a lot of stuff during that. I hate the pandemic. God, the big P.
There you go.
And we were just there, and we just were like, wow, there are parks everywhere, and I started red finning and being like, wait, you can buy a house. Wait, what's happening? And we just we'd go back to LA, and California was on fire, and yeah, it wasn't a hard choice. It was just kind of like we went there. Now we're there.
We kind of got stuck in LA too when we moved there. Time went by very fast, and we ended up living there for 9 years without meaning to.
It happens.
As it happens, yeah.
But we still really respect LA. I feel like we've been talking shit about LA for
No, we love LA.
we
We're just
left
happy
and we were
to-
like, yeah, we're out of there. But no, we got a lot of good friends there. It's just really expensive to be an artist there. That's really what it comes down to.
Sure. And I feel like all of Hollywood is moving to Atlanta too.
That's right. We didn't mean to start that. But now Atlanta's going to get expensive, and we're going to be like, well, we're not going to come here because it's not cheap here, but maybe nearby.
Can we start calling Andrew Hollywood?
Okay.
Hollywood's going to move to LA,
First
right?
person
to
ever called
Atlanta.
that, yeah.
It's a good nickname for you because Andrew's from LA, so
I am, yeah.
we're not trying to talk trash.
It's all right. You're going to get stabbed next time we do that. Call my people.
I feel like it's not the first time though. Seems like
Getting stabbed, it's the third time.
third. Oh my God. Have you been able to explore nature in Atlanta? Have you been up to Brasstown Bald or anything?
No, but we go on a lot more hikes
Yeah.
than we did in LA.
Yeah.
Really? I feel like hiking with Runyon Canyon and all that.
No, it's just Runyon Canyon.
Oh.
It's literally everyone's like, we're going hiking. And that's actually, if you guys don't know, Runyon is what area is that in?
Hollywood.
Hollywood. And
West
you go there and
Hollywood.
it's just models.
namesake.
It's just models walking,
Yeah.
completely done up and exercising. And you're like, what is this? We just come in sweatpants with coffee stains and just
Andrew's always there when we're hiking.
I'm always there. Like
He's
to be
always
seen.
running with weights.
What's up, ladies? We gonna do this today? Or? Well, I'm glad to hear it. Also, I need to know if Chef Mola is still taking care of you.
Oh,
I know it was a big pandemic thing.
There was a big.
he's back there. We were gonna start a whole YouTube thing, Ben, where you like taught everyone how to cook. I know, there is. We ate so much food during the Big P. Anyway, just have to like tell you guys we're at the point in tour where we don't know what's happening anymore. So we're just gonna say whatever. So whatever we say stays in this room, right?
Totally. No one's even watching this all over the world online right now at all.
If you haven't seen our recent 2 TikToks, you'll know where we're at mentally right now. So maybe if you want to get a better idea of that, please watch our latest 2
Oh my
TikToks.
God, Christian just like discovered how to make things on TikTok, and it's gonna be the end. Oh, so much is gonna be shared.
That's a big day.
I know.
So
So we're not singing. We're just gonna talk.
Okay. You're just gonna TikTok?
Yeah.
Hey yo! Oh God, I'm sorry, I suck. Well, thank you for our gift. It's been a month now, over a month with "I Want It All Right Now." I just cannot say enough good things about this album. I am maybe a little biased, but I'm just gonna say it. I think this is the best Group Love album I've ever heard. It is so dynamic. I think it's your opus. I mean, these songs feel timeless to me. And was this written, recorded in Atlanta, obviously at Dance Studio? Where was the beginning of this album?
It was during the Big P in LA, LA, Atlanta, and in Northern California as well.
Oh, wow.
So, but it took we wrote for about 2.5, 3 years, and then we chose the songs.
We wrote like
We
50 songs, and then we sort of started seeing this arc of like kind of having a lot of anxiety and feeling really like we didn't love ourselves, and then slowly moving towards the second half of the album where we were like, wait, we love ourselves.
I mean, it's half of your name.
Yeah.
There's a lot of love in this band. Was it a goal to make every single title only one word? Or how did that come about?
You just make,
It happened.
I don't want to put any depth to that.
It's easier on the set list if it's dark and like pink's
We
flying
can't
over your
spell
head.
very well.
Our memory was going, so we just made it simple.
Hey, you've been on the road for a long time, this band. What is all?
The ever-changing all. I mean, I really think it depends on the day, but when this song was written and when Christian was recording his vocals in the studio particularly, I had this overwhelming sense of like distraction from what makes you feel good and just wanting things outside of yourself to make you feel better. And I think as you think about it during that song, and during this album, the all slowly started being something that was more inward, maybe love or self-love or deep connections with your children or your friends or your family, and things that you can't buy and things that you can't get outside of yourself. So
That's beautiful. Who is the voice memo in the beginning? Is that Kevin the manager?
it's Brad Pitt, but we're not supposed to tell anyone.
Nice get. Yeah. Have you been doing something different vocally? Have you been training differently? I just feel it's a new era of Group Love, obviously, and it's way more complex, but your voice seems so strong, in songs like Cheese, where the way you perform the notes and saying me, it just kind of cuts you to the core. Did you approach it differently this time around?
I think there was just less pressure to fit in some kind of box, that we've maybe had in the past from certain producers or label. We recorded this without any label, which is really nice, so we were free. And also the producer we worked with, John Congleton, really pushed us to, especially vocally, to really go bigger and embrace that quality to certain aspects of my voice or Hannah's. You can hear it on the record. He's like, no, go harder, go louder. You have a gift. Let's make it bigger, you know.
What was the hardest thing that he wanted to get out of you?
Pain.
Probably pain and fury that we all have inside of us, but he just like made it safe to let that out, which is really nice.
That's great.
Yeah.
The visuals are so important to this band as well, and I love the music videos we've already gotten for All and Cheese, and I'm trying to remember, Francine also had kind of similar themes, and Hello, obviously, where the imagery kind of weaves itself through this whole series. I didn't notice Francine. Maybe the tie was over my head. But are they all going to be related throughout this whole album?
The first three are definitely related. All Cheese and Hello are sort of like the idea came together at once, and Francine, we tied it in with the car. But Francine's sort of more like a day in the life. We shot all these with our friend who's a director, Isaac Dietz, and yeah, it's a wild, dreamy series of videos.
It's fun to try something new too. You've never done that before, like connecting things, and we've seen other people who've done that, and we wanted to take a stab at it.
Totally. Who came up with the idea for the 5-person tux?
So I did like a quick drawing. It was like, ooh, this would be, because our first photo shoot we ever did, we were in a 5-person T-shirt that said "Never Trust a Happy Song," and we were like, well, that was like 14 years ago. So like, what would that T-shirt look like if you were crushing it? And it would be like a tuxedo. And then we started calling like different designers or different people that could maybe build this, and everyone was like, I can't do that. That's impossible. And then we found this amazing woman, Nanja, who I think at first before I sent her that drawing, I drew this like little 5-person suit drawing for her. She thought we were all gonna be like single file, like a horse or something. Anyway, it's like a really fun, beautiful image that we will wear to the Grammys if we get.
Yes.
We're just we're gonna manifest that together. But honestly, really hard day wearing that. Like we were all in diapers and like it was really hot, and like it was like funny at first, and then it became this like weird metaphor for being in a band where you're like, this is really great and this is also insane. And we're together forever.
So how many hours were you in the suit together?
Like, yeah, it was
5
like
days?
Kevin, that's our manager back there. He
Shout
loves
out to
the
Kevin,
suit.
the manager. All right, so where is the suit now?
It's in our attic, just like probably collecting mold because it's so humid right now. But hopefully not. We'll bring it out for something.
Maybe the next time you come to Chicago? Yeah.
In the winter? We'd probably like it in the winter here.
Yeah, that would make more sense.
Okay.
So
It's fine.
as Hannah mentioned, Betty's my daughter. That is her favorite song right now. We have dance parties at night when we're making dinner. And so obviously we're always talking about cheese because mac and cheese is her number one request every night. But yeah, that is probably my favorite song on the album just because of that, because you're helping me make memories with my family.
I love that.
I mean, look at all the kids in this room. Group love is for everyone. Look at all these little ones. I love that. Where is your little one here in Chicago?
She's not. She's back in Atlanta, like living the best life.
Ugh.
She's like doing all kinds of things. I just get update videos. She's like, this is the best. My parents aren't here. Like, I like achingly miss her. And she's like, no, it's cool.
Bye, I got stuff to do.
Yeah.
Wait, is she 7 now?
Yeah. Almost 8.
Little Willa.
Almost 8.
Oh my gosh. Is she showing any interest in music or art?
She slays at the drums.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. Like Ben's gonna.
Watch out, man.
Yeah, Ben. He'll be gone soon. Exactly.
Couple more years.
Drum tech.
There you go. Back to cheese. I have to ask: is it cheese? It's cheese, or is cheese a metaphor, or it's just cheese?
It's kind of whatever you want it to be. We take the Neil Young approach to explaining songs, just like whatever you're feeling, man.
Yeah. Appreciate that.
But it did start with cheese, like eating cheese, and then it turned into a metaphor. That's as far as I'll go.
All right. Can you tell us about your butthole meditation? Sorry,
It's
kids.
so funny. I did it this morning.
I want to do it, so teach me.
No, it's just basically like it's like you're going to each of your like chakras. So you like start kind of low,
Just like clench or?
You like no, so you like press. Okay, so you push all the air out of your body. So you're sitting cross-legged, on the ground. Should I do it right now?
Yeah, please. We'd love a demonstration.
All right, here we go.
Look at this.
Put on some butthole meditation.
So you sit on the ground, and I'm guided through this. Okay, I'm not, but so, and you breathe all the air through your nose. Take a big breath in. You breathe all the air out of your nose, and the more you breathe out of your nose, you realize that like your stomach gets like tighter, and you can kind of clench your butthole, and then you start pushing energy up through your body, through every chakra until you get to the top of your head. And you hold the energy there. Obviously, I'm not doing it because I'm talking. And then you release it. And you just do this for as long as you want. And you sort of release stuck energy. I can't believe I'm seated. I'm like, this is where I'm at in tour. I'm like sitting on the ground showing you guys how to do the butthole meditation. What's happening?
Thank you.
Anyway, it helps me. I kind of stopped sleeping on tour. I'm like a homebody. So, yeah. Meditation helps me.
Well, you've been meditating every day for a year, too.
I know. I've been meditating every day for a year.
Look at that.
I've never done anything for a year.
That's not true.
I'm like a 4-day person. Like of anything like that.
Okay.
So do the butthole.
It's the next line of
This is
group
many
love
times
merch.
I've heard that word in like 20
I know,
years.
it's a lot.
Scarring. That is scarring. That's like worse than the C word to me. That's just like
Really?
just hits in a different way. That's just like it's not okay.
I feel like it's cute.
Yeah.
You know what's cute? I saw a video yesterday of a platypus, and they described the platypus's eyes as a butthole.
Oh.
If you look at a platypus, oh no, not a platypus.
Oh my god.
A manatee. Manatee.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that looks like.
It has
Yeah.
butthole eyes.
Oh,
Actually,
everyone's gonna be like group love butthole. It's not a
Yeah.
good combo. Let's just erase this.
all right, this
Erase
never happened.
This whole thing.
I love your fans. I love your group love family. So I popped into your Reddit. I don't know if you guys ever go in there. Never. Some pretty cool people in
I
there.
scope it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I check.
They're keeping it down. They're
Yeah.
keeping it real.
They are.
But I have a couple questions from them if you guys are up for that.
We might have Ben and Dan answer them, but let's try.
That's fine. You can come up here and take my mic. Come on, Dan. Dan said too many buttholes.
Dan is quite a talker.
Okay. I'll come to you.
Yeah.
All right. I Bake for a Living 2 wants to know if cheese was influenced by the book Who Moved My Cheese.
No, we get asked that a lot. And I was pretending I read that book at first. I was like, "Oh yeah, it's great." And that is a lie. I've never read that.
It's just cheese, man, or not. It's whatever you want. All right. Here for the Pho wants to know what each of your favorite food is while touring. Should we start with Dan?
Yeah, sorry,
Here, Dan.
What's your favorite food? Ben.
Ben,
That's
Ben.
like
Sorry,
that's the
Ben,
chef.
Ben.
Chef Ben. Chef
All of
Wall.
it? I mean, I don't know. I like all food.
All right. Ben says all food. Or no answer. What? Or you don't eat? I'm so confused.
No, he eats so much. He likes catering.
All right. Dan.
Pizza.
Manager Kevin.
Any form of Italian food.
Wow.
You're in a good spot for pizza and Italian. All right. How about you guys?
I mean, this has been surprising, but I have had the most decadent peanut butter and jelly sandwich every single day before the show since the tour started. Like so, and it's just like Skippies. It's not like some like special. It's just like bread, like 12 tablespoons of Skippies, it's like this thick, and then like jelly, and then bread. That's it.
Okay. Can I teach you about my elevated peanut butter and
Please,
jelly?
I would
Okay.
love.
You need a toaster though. I
Yeah,
don't
we
know if
have one.
oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a pink tour. You got money.
We got.
All right.
yeah.
So
Well, we don't, but Pink does.
Pink brings a toaster in the catering.
Yeah.
does she let you use it?
Yeah.
So she's so nice.
So nice.
I feel like we would be best friends.
Me too.
Are you best friends yet?
We're so close.
Okay. I know it's gonna happen. All right. So 3 knives, 3 pieces of bread. Toast the bread.
Okay.
Then you need 2 kinds of peanut butter, a crunchy and a creamy.
We got that.
And then you do thick ass layer crunchy, jelly in the middle, thick ass layer of creamy. I mean,
I'm gonna
it's a Big Mac.
at you tomorrow.
Dude, I'll send you
From Bravery.
pictures. I have pictures of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches on my
Oh,
camera
that
roll.
sounds good.
Like, and my daughter, but also that.
We tried to have overnight oats this morning just to be like healthy, and it tasted like snot glue.
Worse.
It was. It was.
You guys tried to act like you liked it too. You're like, it's
Yep.
okay. You liked it?
Christian. I mean,
Yeah.
Christian. Like,
No, you
wait,
didn't.
what's
you
your
didn't
guys'
like
favorite?
it.
What's your favorite
know
food? We're
you.
gonna talk this whole time. What's
Yeah.
your favorite?
Everybody else, what's your favorite? Yell it out.
French fries always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheese fry or
Kinda-
just a pure?
Just you gotta have the
ketchup?
condiments.
Yeah.
Gotta have that ketchup.
Okay. Good to
Dude,
know.
when
Heinz,
we met
57.
Wessie in Greece, he was going around with Heinz ketchup.
Well,
Like,
everywhere I went in
everywhere.
Greece, they only had olive oil and salt, and I'm totally uncultured, so I would just carry around a thing of mayo and ketchup in my scooter, like in the little like seat,
Dude.
pull it out, a little bag, and rock into the taverna and just like do it myself.
You gotta do what you
'Cause
gotta
they
do.
didn't have it.
Are you deeply thinking about what your favorite meal is?
Oh, I know what it is.
What is it?
I've gone out. I've been very adventurous lately, but Ben has introduced me to manatee eyes.
Oh
They're
my
really good.
God, nice callback.
They're different, but they're good. With some ketchup, they're really good.
All right.
Little
Back
briny,
to
little
the-
briny.
Back to the butthole.
Especially love the way they look. Yeah.
All right. Wilbur with a Y wants to know if you watch shows and movies while on tour, and if so, what are you watching?
Ooh, we've watched one episode of one show on the store.
Also, our bus broke down, so
We don't watch.
we had a bunch of plans to.
Dude, we're driving into stadiums. What are these? Big stadiums. In a van pulling a trailer, and we get there and everyone's like, no, wrong entrance, and we're like, no, we're the band. No, we're playing. We look insane. So we're just driving ourselves, or well, I'm not driving, but we're in.
All right. What was the one episode of the one show that you've watched?
What's the show called?
It's a new show called Winning Time on HBO about the Lakers in the 80s.
Yeah, it's sick.
Oh, all right.
It's really
pretty
good.
fun.
Oh, we
Oh,
watched.
and the
We don't
bear.
watch
Oh,
the
the
bear on
bear.
this tour though, but we like the bear a lot.
The Righteous Gemstones. I'm obsessed.
I think Bear is like the best show ever created.
Agreed. And it
So
brought REM Strange Currencies back. Like,
I know.
That's so cool how shows do that.
Basically, Eddie Vedder and REM like are running that show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Based in
Welcome.
Chicago, by the way, if you haven't watched it. All right, Desperate Leg 1751 wants to know who is Billy.
Oh, can't tell you.
I tried.
We all have a Billy.
Yeah, we do.
We all might be Billy.
Yeah.
It's very all of
Brad
us.
Pitt.
Brad Pitt. All right, lastly, actually, this is a two-parter from JJPHRD. Will there ever be a From the Vault collection of unreleased, not on streaming songs such as Cairo or Museum?
So we did put Museum out on a mixtape that I sold at an art show.
And for everyone else who didn't go,
I know. We would love to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
You want
We-
to start a fan club where fans can access unreleased material and stuff
Yeah, like
that.
an archive type thing.
ooh,
But we did see that Mac DeMarco like dropped like 400 songs or something, and we were like, "That's so cool. Should we do that?"
it's a lot.
It's a lot, but like
lot.
I know one fan of ours that would listen to them all.
Brandon? Yeah. Everybody loves Brandon. All right, finally, would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
Oh my god, one horse-sized duck. That'd be
Wow, that'd be so scary.
so scary.
Horse-sized duck. That's
100.
crazy. I'm kind of terrified of horses
They
I'm
don't
down
have
with
teeth or
100.
in
anything.
general, so
They just
100
have
duck-sized horses.
that'd be so cute. 100 duck-sized
yeah,
horses.
yeah, yeah. That'd be cute.
Definitely.
Yeah,
okay until they stampede you.
I know.
Sorry.
And cuddle you though. Maybe.
So I didn't realize you actually have some time here in Chicago
See?
for the show. What is your favorite thing to do here?
Well, normally just in general, it's eat and like chill. And our hotel room has a bathtub. That's not very Chicago-y. But we're gonna see Bruce Springsteen tonight.
Woo!
We're
You
gonna
got
see
good
an
seats?
11-hour concert tonight.
Oh my God. Wait, Bruce plays longer than the Foo Fighters?
Yeah, for
Wow.
sure.
Yeah, you gotta like limber up, hydrate.
Yeah.
That's a whole
I'm ready.
another thing.
But what is our favorite thing to do in Chicago? Christian is the memory. He's my memory.
I mean, we just love being here. It's such a inspiring city to be in. The architecture, just walking around, taking it in, thinking of things that have happened here,
What's that,
bands that have started here.
There is a vintage store I always hit up here though called Coco
Co-
Rococo.
Rococo, yeah.
right?
Yeah,
I
we like
bought
that.
so many wild things there.
We always hit that up.
It's a crazy, yeah.
Is it Wicker Park?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I love Wicker Park.
Okay.
Is that just like, duh?
Yeah, that makes
Okay.
sense. Do you guys
Just
ever
in
get?
case. Yeah.
Do you ever get to the Art Institute when you're here?
I
Yes.
actually, have we?
Yeah, a while ago, but not in a minute.
I know. I feel like I need to come to Chicago, not on tour, to actually, because when you like hit museums on tour, this is messed up. Like you do enjoy it, but it's a little bit for like the gram,
Sure.
which is messed up. You're sort of just like, your brain is so overloaded with things you're doing that you're there and you're like, oh my God, I'm standing in front of the most amazing piece, but I'm also like thinking about what went wrong at the show last night and like what I have to do in 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That's my truth.
And how good Ben looks in front of the painting for the picture.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
Ben, just like stand up straight.
Ben makes the art look bad.
Yeah,
Is what you're saying? Yeah, it's not
no,
even
you
fair.
make it look good. Ben's like, what is that?
Not even fair. All right. So, when are you coming back? Headline tour? Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Chicago? Yes.
March.
Were we allowed to say that? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Kevin's
Can we
like
say more?
sweating. Kevin's freaking out. We're not allowed to say that,
What
but
else
you
can we
hear
say?
it here first.
I think
know.
he's just a sweaty guy.
He is.
Yeah.
He's a sweaty guy, but we love him so much.
All right, March. Well, all I know is that Q101 is definitely going to have some tickets for you. So Q101.com. Where? Q101.com. Oh, where is the show?
Oh, Kevin knows.
Kevin knows.
Oh, we can't say that part.
Oh, you can't.
Yeah, I like.
The Riv.
Where's the Riv?
It's Uptown.
We played there before.
I love it there.
Yeah.
I do. I love.
It's a
the Metro,
beautiful
though.
venue. It's intimate for a 2,500 seater. Very old. Very.
Oh yeah,
Very
I
Chicago.
remember the Riv.
Yeah.
we
It's
did
good.
a makeup show there.
Oh my God, yeah.
Remember?
Which show was that after the pandemic?
Oh my God, we had a show where like we canceled like an hour before we played.
No, so Christian
Yeah.
completely lost his voice, which never happens. He like
Remember that.
never loses voice. And the rest of the band, we were all like dressed in our stage stuff, and we came out, and everyone was like, "Yeah," and we were like, "We're sorry to say, the show is canceled." And everyone was like, "Wait, what?" I think everyone thought it was a joke the whole time, and then we like walked off and didn't play, and it was we were all crying. It was really insane.
You didn't even do interpretive dance or anything?
No,
Just a little, give him a
no.
little something?
We should have.
All right. Well, if
I
you're in
know.
this room, I think this made up for it, right? From that show.
Got the butthole meditation.
There you go. Take it with you. I mean, we're here. Do you think maybe one more?
Yeah, we could do one.
Would you? Yeah?
What should we play? Should we do something old?
Yes.
Yeah, we got a yes. What should we do?
You want to throw out some requests?
Yeah,
Everybody in the room?
We can't
what do the
guarantee
kids want
we'll
to
play
hear?
them. Well, yeah. What do the kids want
What
to
do
hear?
the kids want? Oh, they're not used to being put on the spot.
Yeah. You want a Taylor Swift song? I know. See, that's fine. We don't know any. I don't even know
Can
who
I
she
vote for
is.
Tongue Tied?
Yeah, we can do tongue tied.
right.
We can do tongue tied, or if you guys sing along. Or you don't have to. Whatever. It's fine.
You got a tune for a second.
It's fine.
Really slow and sad.
No. Or pump it up. Don't say that. Everyone knows that song. There are like times we'll meet people and they're like, "Oh, what band are you guys in? You're on tour?" And we're like, "Yeah, we're in GROUPLOVE." And they're like, "Oh, I don't know." And then we're like, "We have a song called Tongue Tied." And then they look it up and they're like, "No, I love this song. I graduated this song," or like whatever. Whatever the story is.
The album is I Want It All Right Now. It is out everywhere. If you don't own it, you need to have it in your life. It is the best album ever.
Oh
I
yeah.
said it. It is an opus. It is a work of art. And we are lucky to have it from these incredible people who will be back in Chicago in March. I'll see you in the pit.
Oh yeah.
March! Group Love!
Thank you all so much for coming.
Thank you,
Thank
Essie,
you. Thank
Hannah,
you.
Christian, Dan, Ben, Kevin, the manager. Thank you all.